Vanessa Jass, IBSC.
Oh, wait. I can't do this. I am not smart enough. I am too overweight. I am not as good as them. It doesn't matter what I say anyway, so why should I bother? Sound familiar? Have any of you said anything like these things to yourself? I know that I certainly have. These statements that we say to ourselves on a daily basis can be enough to totally change our decision in any given situation. It can stop you from taking a chance and asking for that raise. It can stop you from asking out that little cutie you saw at the gym. It can even prevent you from taking a small shift that would completely change the trajectory of your life. I call this voice in my head my itty bitty shitty committee. I am so elated to be on this stage tonight and in awe of the experiences that have led me here to share a little tidbit of knowledge with you. At 19 years old, as I ran through the dark, damp, and rainy streets of Ottawa with my shoes in my hand and in my bare feet, I certainly wasn't thinking about my future. I was only thinking about the moments and my survival and the days ahead of me. In my newfound freedom, I had no choice but to immediately start making decisions that would totally change my future. I wasn't starting from the bottom, I was starting about 10 floors below the bottom. After 18 months of being exploited in the barbaric world of sex trafficking, I certainly suffered a negative self-image. Being bought and sold as a commodity reduced my soul to a level that most people will never experience in their lifetimes. The voices in my head were screaming that I was nothing, that I was worthless, and that my life didn't matter. The thoughts, my feelings of worthlessness, and my recurring depression caused by my self-loathing was sometimes debilitating. It was hard to ignore the voices that were screaming that I wouldn't make it, that I didn't deserve to be alive and obtain success. It was almost impossible to silence those things as I went through my journey. The definition for conquered is to gain mastery over something or to win by overcoming your obstacles or opposition. I have conquered sex trafficking. I have conquered university and law school. I have conquered being a lawyer. I've conquered single parenting. I'm still trying to conquer marriage. But there's one thing that I've always struggled with in my life. There was one thing as recently as last year that was holding me back. I was sitting on the verge of doing amazing things for survivors and having a huge impact on the world, but something was causing me to procrastinate. Something was stopping me from going full force with my projects. Something so crippling that it was taking away my growth and my potential, which never should be limited. It was my itty bitty shitty committee. I had to finally recognize that it was me that sat at the head of that table. I was the chairperson of the board. I decided what was said to the mind and what it produced to my soul. You can't do this. Wait, I have accomplished so much in my life. Why would I stop now? You're not smart enough. What? I went through university law school and I have a successful business? I think I'm smart enough. You are not as good as them. I achieved the same as many others. However, I did it after I crawled out of horrible circumstances. I went from being the inferior to being their equals. You are not enough. Wait a minute. How can all of this beauty, brains, and personality not be enough? It's impossible. All we need to do in life is to recognize that we have this little committee that we can take control of anytime we want. When we hear those negative and limiting beliefs screaming in our brains, all we need to do is stand up, take charge, and direct your itty-bitty shitty committee to the truth. Allow yourself to live to your fullest potential, and don't allow any beliefs or anything stop you from achieving what you dream of. If I can do it, you certainly can too. Thank you.